yesterday we had 3 big ones, really big. Suppression balls.
Hey, don't give me the umbrella. I'm soaking wet already.
But they put numbers, you know, they're called suppression balls. They make you, like, feel badly. So you say to your wife or you say to your husband, darling, let's go out to dinner and then we'll come back. We love our president. But, you know, the polls say he can't win. Well, right now we're leading in almost everywhere. We're leading.
Well, I'm soaking wet already.
Suppression balls. Red wave.
I'm soaking wet already.
Suppression balls. Suppression balls.
In the name of Jesus, from South America, they're coming here, they're coming here, they're coming here, they're coming here, from Africa. Pika hata anda ata. I hear the sound of victory. Pika hata anda ata. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of
winning, winning, winning.
Pika hata anda ata.
Winning, winning, winning.
Pika hata anda ata. Oh, the batarata ande eke eke ma.
Biden even shows as his running mate the most liberal senator in America. Kamala. Senator Kamala Harris. Democrat. Kamala.
If you have a pre-existing condition, heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer, they're coming for you. If you love someone who has a pre-existing condition, they're coming for you. If you are under the age of...
Senator Kamala Harris.
I want to just, first of all, say I'm so excited to be here.
Should I play this? This is one of the most vile callers we have. Take a listen to this. I have not pre-screened this, so let me just warn you. This may not be suitable for children.
Hey, little prickless. Now that your hero is there, are you going to sit there in your little kimono and wear your little hat and eat rice? Because it's going to be called no free speech, red Chinese communist speech. But you can't have pork because you might offend the Ayatollahs. After all, they're going to love this too. They're going to make a bomb and I hope they drop it right on your freaking ass. But you can't have pork. But you can't have pork. But you can't have pork. I'd like to stick that microphone right up your ass. You can't have pork. 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 You guys are a bunch of lying, cheating bastards. If you didn't cheat, you wouldn't win.
This is highly triggered. This is an extremely triggered individual.
You're an asshole. Flap around like a freaking chicken. Flap around like a freaking chicken. But you can't have pork. But you can't have pork.
Henceforth, the men and women of the United States Space Force will be known as Guardians.
Oh no! No, it can't be. The Guardians of the Galaxy.
From our president, a man who is actually in space right now.
Space farce.
Space farce.
Space farce.
Guardians.
Space farce.
Guardians. Operating in a vacuum.
Space farce.
Guardians.
Space farce.
Guardians. Operating in a vacuum. Space is a warfighting domain. When it comes to the outer reaches of space, you are that strength. If you rise on the wings of the dawn, if you settle on the far side of the sea, even if you go up to the heavens,
What the hell?
that there his hand will guide you, and his right hand will hold you fast to defend America and defend our freedom from space.
Space farce.
Guardians. God bless our guardians.
Space farce.
Guardians. Operating in a vacuum.
Space
They didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth.
Okay, so there's Rudy passing gas. But the content of this was also disgusting. This went on for hours.
Witness.
There's Rudy passing gas.
They didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth.
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book, why don't you look at the registered voters on there? How many registered voters are on there?
All right, welcome everybody. There is only so much time for song parodies, but we actually are. I guess arguably today we have the biggest conservative event of the year right behind a riotous insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th. It is CPAC, organized by the American Conservative Union. It is the Conservative Political Action Conference 2021. It is not remote. It is not socially distanced. It is not mask required. It is just a conference, as if nothing was going on whatsoever. It's days and days of this stuff. My plan, as I told you guys before, is just to cover the two, what I think are going to be the two most watched elements. Kimberly Guilfoyle will be introducing her partner, Donald Trump Jr., in about 45 minutes, and we're going to watch that. Tomorrow, I don't plan to do any streaming. In fact, I may be quite ill tomorrow. I did get my second vaccine dose today. I got quite febrile last time, so I'm planning on nothing tomorrow. But then on Sunday, I do plan to broadcast the final event, the main event, Donald Trump, former president, and he will possibly be announcing that he is running in 2024. We don't know. But there is a rumor that Donald Trump may announce during his speech on Sunday, which will be in the 3 o'clock hour Eastern, he may be announcing his candidacy for 2024. So we are going to be looking at all of it very, very strongly, and we are standing by. Just as a little preview of what you might expect from Kimberly Guilfoyle, this was her at the Republican National Convention. Some of you may remember this. It was pretty disturbing. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
So really, really inspirational, and a lot of young girls learned they too could do something after seeing that speech, although run for president was not exactly the message they came away with. So that is more of what we are expecting a little bit later today. Okay, a few super chats. Daniel from California says, my girlfriend wants to know if you have ever tried boba milk tea or if you have a frequent sweet drink. Also, can you unshadow ban me from the phone lines? We can't really ban people from the phone lines. I have had boba milk tea. Yes, I love the tapioca balls. I also don't mind the lychee. Lychee can be nice. Doug says, did I wait the 12 weeks supposedly effective? No, I first of all, I got the Moderna vaccine. There is this idea that's being tested with the Pfizer vaccine that if you spread out the two doses, it may have even higher effectiveness, but that is not FDA approved, and that is not the vaccine I got. So I did what the FDA said, which is dose 1 28 days ago, dose 2 today. And in fact, let's see if I'm developing a fever. I do have an infrared thermometer here. Let's just see together where we are. If I do develop a fever, this is like at the dentist, I'll end the stream so that nobody gets sick. 97.7, very strong. Very, very strong right now. So the stream will continue. We will do periodic checks, and if were I to develop a fever, we will exit the stream. Tristan McCoppin, did I get Moderna? Yes. Yes, I got Moderna. I showed up and they said to me, sir, second dose is that way. And I said to my girlfriend, why are you calling me sir? You're not Melania. That's a weird thing to say. Okay. let's see, where do I even start today? We can look at some of the most insane moments so far today. I read that Ted Cruz had almost like a psychotic break earlier today during his presentation at CPAC. I also have a new voicemail character to introduce to you. Like it's an actual new caller. We've moved on past Troy York. His voicemails have become so predictable and pedantic that we're sort of moving on unless the dynamic changes. Yesterday, I introduced a new character to you guys who I think are calling the manic moderate. He wasn't actually that extreme politically. He was just seemed to be having a manic episode. So yesterday was the manic moderate. Today I have a voicemail. I've just labeled it as outrageous. I didn't even know how to characterize it beyond that. So at some point we can get to that. I also have one unban request that I could do. By popular demand, I do now gavel in when we call to order a court of Twitch unban requests. So we could do that. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's look at unban requests. Okay. I am officially calling to order the court of unbans. There we go. This is a user named Gonzalo. Gonzalo's participation on my Twitch channel has been as follows. David Pakman, why do you support the CIA puppets who tried to kill Maduro? 15 seconds later, David Pakman, why do you support the CIA puppets who tried to kill Maduro? Then, Hassan, Vietnam is the best example. David, Vietnam is the best example. David, Vietnam is the best example. David, you and Joe Biden are pure cucks. He was then banned, and then his unban request is F off moron. And moron has an accent over the second O, which I've not seen before. Okay, I am officially going to be denying that unban request. And that is going to be a permanent ban. Deny, send deny decision. Just no. That's just an obvious no. I don't even need to get help from the audience for that one. Okay, so that is it as far as unban requests today. And we will continue monitoring and see if any others come forward. Will I open the phone lines today? Yes, if we get to 100 website members and Twitch subscribers. Okay, I'm going to hold fast on it. We have a goal. That goal is 100. As far as Twitch goes, we've already got 3. Thanks to Astrolycos gifting 3. That's it. All right, very good. That puts us at 3. And of course, the website is fully enabled and ready for your traffic. Joinpacman.com is the website. Better21 is the coupon code. And I would love to open some phone lines after Don Jr.'s speech today. Okay. Other super chats coming in. Hermes Trismegistus says, David, are you planning any expansions to your garden in 2021? Are there going to be huge dumps of seeds in David's 2021 garden? Yeah, I am planning on a garden expansion. I am actually working. I recommended to you guys on a recent stream the YouTube channel Epic Gardening, and a bunch of you went and you found Kevin, and people sent him messages. He sent me a message saying, David, I don't know what you did on stream, but I'm getting massive dumps of messages from your viewers. He is going to help me expand the garden, and he's looking really closely at how I might do some vertical, some very interesting vertical planters that you can kind of go up, as the name suggests. And we're going to have a lot of really, really interesting things. So that is upcoming. Very exciting. Have I ever thought of running for a local political position? Do you find it better to be a moderator of the chaos? Yeah, I'm not that interested in running for local politics. No. It just doesn't appeal to me. Just doesn't appeal. I want to say thanks to Cyrus Figel, or Figiel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Cyrus or Cyrus. You are new member number 1 at joinpacman.com and number 4 overall. David Wills wants to know, what are my top 2 favorite dumplings? Like, for example, pierogies, pot stickers, sao mai. Isn't it shumai? Now, I don't know that I consider a samosa a dumpling. We might have to put that to a vote, not today, because today's too important of a day. I had samosas last week. I don't know that I consider that a dumpling. It's delicious, but Not sure about that. I'd have to think about that. Will I discuss the garden expansion in the Boner Show? Probably, yeah. Make a shirt saying Bet's Mail. All right, I'll look into that, Anthony. Thank you. Maika Ortiz has just signed up at joinpacman.com. You are new member number 5 today. Thanks, Maika. I appreciate that. Okay, let's look at some of the videos from earlier today. Let's look at some Ted Cruz stuff from earlier today. Aaron Rupar from Vox has been all over this. Let's go to the Ted Cruz elements. There's Matt Gaetz. Don't care about that right now. I specifically want to see Ted Cruz. I heard it was almost like he was having a medical incident, but let's judge for ourselves. CPAC. No Cruz. Where is Cruz? Oh, here's the Cruz material. All right, let's start in chronological order. Okay, here we go.
God bless CPAC.
It's already weaponized.
I gotta say, Orlando is awesome. It's not as nice as Cancun.
That's Republican humor, guys. That's Republican humor for you.
But it's nice.
Yeah, he seems completely shot out of a cannon.
Bernie is wearing mittens. And AOC is telling us she was murdered.
Wow. Wow.
And the media desperately wants to see a Republican civil war. Bernie.
Okay, let's continue.
By the way, how many of y'all have eaten at a restaurant in the last 6 months? Can I just stop and say how strange the rules are right now? I want to understand how this virus works. So when you walk in, you got to put your...
He's still trying to understand how it works a year into this thing.
Your mask on. Sadly, I've got 2. You walk in, you got to put your mask on. You sit down, you take your mask off. See, apparently the virus is actually connected to elevation.
Wow, this guy is really stupid. Really, really stupid. And just a bad person.
Everybody can get immunized. We can have herd immunity everywhere, and we're going to wear masks for the next 300 years.
Oh, no. You know, the reason why... See, here's the thing. Let me talk a little bit about the whole... Do we want to see... We'll go back to it. Okay, we'll go back to it. Let me talk a little bit about this mask thing. So I've been seeing some really conspiratorial copy pasta posted by some people I went to high school with on Facebook. And it's this stuff about why get vaccinated? It's not 100%. You could still be carrying it. You still have to wear masks. Things can't open. Why get vaccinated, right? This is like the gist of the copy pasta that they're sending around. The reason that epidemiologists and immunologists and public health people have to be so cautious and remind people, just because you got vaccinated doesn't mean everything can open yet. It's because if they don't do this stuff, everybody will go and get vaccinated, and then 10 minutes later, they'll have a concert at their house or whatever. When you actually have one-on-one conversations with epidemiologists or whatever, look at a recent interview with Dr. Ashish Jha, who said, at a societal level, we're going to continue needing masks in grocery stores and all, we're going to need all this stuff for some time until we actually really vaccinate everybody. But, let's be real here. Vaccinated adults who work from home are going to be at extremely low risk if you get together and you're indoors without masks. But because there are so many people who are looking for anything, 5 people got vaccinated, open everything, and I want to go to a rave now. That's why. It's because of people like Ted Cruz that we continue hearing erring on the side of caution. Anyway, it's disappointing because if everybody understood, okay, if they got vaccinated and they work from home, they might be able to say 6 of us are going to get together indoors. But me, unvaccinated with my 20 unvaccinated friends, we still shouldn't do it. If it weren't for that, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's look at a couple other Ted Cruz clips here. We'll go over mask stuff.
I remember there were reports that riots were going to come into mostly peaceful, fiery, but mostly peaceful. There were reports riots were going to come into the suburbs. I got to tell you, in Houston, where I live, there weren't any rioters. Because let's be very clear, if there had been, they would discover what the state of Texas thinks about the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms.
Wow. It's just red meat to the dumbest of the dumb of the right.
In the immortal words of William Wallace, freedom!
He seems almost to be having a manic episode. Really, really strange. So that was Ted Cruz's speech earlier today at CPAC, probably just a preview of what we're expecting. We're about 30-ish minutes from Kimberly Guilfoyle introducing Donald Trump Jr. Thank you, I want to say, to Caden Nelson, who just signed up at joinpacman.com. Also, Vitali Podnos just signed up. You guys are new members 6 and 7. Also, 5 more people signing up via Twitch, including Zogheed, Kaspa, Hardlined, and others. That is +5, putting us at 12. Very much appreciated. And listen, I'm going to be really upfront with you guys. The end of 2020, we had massive, massive dumps of memberships. February is looking like it's going to be our worst month from the standpoint of memberships, net memberships, meaning subscriptions minus cancellations, in probably 14 or 15 months. It's just tough out there right now. So I would love it. I would love it. And it'll help get the phone lines open if you grabbed a membership at joinpacman.com. Let's go to a few other super chats here. Let's see here. Samosas are more like Indian empanadas. I agree. I don't consider a samosa under the umbrella of dumplings. Nope. Not going to catch me saying that. Anthony wants me to make a beta male t-shirt. All right, we'll see. Super Billy says, get a good look at that golden statue of Trump at CPAC. I didn't see it. David, I bought 30-inch tall raised garden beds from Kevin at Epic Gardening last year. They're fantastic. Highly recommend. Yeah, I'm looking at those pretty strongly myself. Andrew says, David, how are you today? Well, let's see. I got my second vaccine dose today. I'm monitoring my fever with an infrared thermometer. I was at 97.7 about 20 minutes ago. Let's just see. Just to keep everybody safe, if I do go above, I will end the stream. 98. Okay. It may be starting. We went from 97.7 to 98. So that's a little. That's a little something. We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, I can't even get this thing turned off. Oh my God, it's just staying on. All right, I guess it's just going to stay on for now. Anyway, we're going to keep that going. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, doing very well. Drummer Shy says, could this be Trump's last CPAC before criminal charges? Maybe. Who knows? JF says, Ted Cruz is trying to be Ricky Gervais and failing. Yes. Ted Cruz wears diapers. That I don't know anything about. Steven says Cruz stole amphetamines from Trump Jr., it appears. He seemed to be shot out of a cannon. David, I would love to know if you have any guilty pleasure on your favorite ice cream flavor. Pistachio's favorite ice cream flavor. I think my guilty pleasure is pistachio ice cream. Foxy Dragon says Cruz's speech actually included the word fight. Yeah, that should have been Exhibit A in Trump's impeachment trial. How much blood do you think will be in Don Jr.'s cocaine system? Yeah, we'll see. Favorite type of Girl Scout cookie? I believe it's the, is it the Samoan? The one with the little, the chocolate and the coconut bits? I think that's that one. Yeah. Very good. My wife got Moderna. I got Pfizer. We are interested to see how your second dose goes regarding side effects. Yes, I will have updates soon. Ted Cruz invoking William Wallace without realizing that Wallace would have deleted Ted Cruz. Pantman says simply, David. Cordy's board says Ted Cruz should give up being a failed politician and become a failed comedian. Well said. Very, very well said. This is Rick Scott. We're just waiting for the Don Jr. speech. Most of this stuff is complete and total trash. In a couple minutes, maybe we'll listen to like 60 seconds of Rick Scott. I just think this stuff is so worthless. My curiosity with Don Jr. is just to take the temperature of where the Republican crowd is on the Trump family and what Don Jr.'s continued position is on the election. Is he going to focus in on the election was stolen and this type of thing? And then, of course, Sunday, if all goes well, I'll cover the Trump speech where he may announce a 2024 candidacy. But most of this stuff is bottom feeding trash of no value whatsoever. Okay. Did I find? Oh, I did. Oh. I'm glad you brought this up. So I've been trying to shout out different people that are friends of the show who are creators. Okay. Last week, I shouted out Kevin from Epic Gardening. A lot of my viewers already know about Kevin. And then Kevin saw it and he was appreciative and it was great. But now Kevin it must be close to 1 million subscribers at this point. There was another creator that I was trying to remember the name of last time and I failed to remember. We have the opportunity here to absolutely blow up the channel of a new creator that I think is fantastic. This is a sort of a friend acquaintance of mine who does Thai cooking videos on YouTube. Okay. His channel is Toon Channel. Only 276 subscribers. He makes primarily Thai, but also other Asian dishes completely from scratch. I'm talking about you make tom yum soup. You don't buy the tom yum seasoning. You get the lemongrass. You get the galangal, I think it is. You get the kaffir lime leaves, etc. He is absolutely excellent. So this is an invitation. Let's go to Toon Channel. Wow, 10 people already subscribed just since I mentioned it. We can make this YouTube channel, my friends. We can make this YouTube channel. It is absolutely excellent. And tell him the David Pakman Show sent you. He will absolutely love it. Let's see, 286, 337. Wow, we're doing it right now. This is the small creator that I wanted to shout out. It actually looks like he's growing his own kaffir lime leaves, which is amazing. This is like double, triple. Everything is from scratch. And just really, really nicely done videos. So I would, one of my favorites actually is, where was it? Yeah, the Thai green curry. This is just fantastic. We're getting in so early with this channel that he's not even monetized yet. You don't even have to sit through. Oh, hold on. I'll paste the link. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll paste the link in Twitch. You don't even have to sit through ads because he's not even monetized yet. So anyway, this is a really good channel to shout out. Really, really great stuff. And if people want one more, let's see, 494, 608. Oh my God, we might even get him to 1,000 subscribers like right now. This is insane. Just one other one. If people want another recommendation, this is also a big time friend of the show. Tyler Florence, Wolf It Down. Tyler Florence has a new podcast. His channel is still relatively small, only 7,000 subscribers. Tyler, of course, from Food Network fame, big booster of progressive media. He does both a long form, like sitting around talking podcast, and he also does recipe videos. He advised me on a number of different recipe related elements not long ago. So this is another really great channel. So those are two great channels that I recommend people subscribe to. Let's see how we're doing with Toon's channel. 871. Wow. Do you guys realize we just made this channel go 4x where it was 5 minutes ago? That is insane. So anyway, check that out. Very, very exciting. And we are back to CPAC and standing by for Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. coming up momentarily. What was the name of the Thai cooking channel? Okay, it's Toon Channel. THUN channel. And I pasted the link a bunch of times. All right, this is called the Pakman Bump. All right, I'll paste the link a few more times. Pasting it in Twitch and pasting it in YouTube. Excellent stuff. Oh, we're going to get him to 1,000. Look at this. I just love this. He's going to have no idea what's going on. 989. Let's see. I hope he has notifications turned on for every subscriber. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. 1,001. 1,060. This is the friggin' best. He paid nothing. He has no idea that this is even going on. He's just going to be shocked. 1.11. Oh my God. This is awesome. Anyway, I'll let you guys know what the reaction is eventually. Okay. Sorry, guys. I love doing this. I love doing this for small creators. Let's get back to it. Sebastian says the best is yet to come. Yes, it is. David, if you search Twitter for golden calf, the first result should be the video of Trump golden statue at CPAC. All right, let's check it out. Golden calf. Oh, this looks crazy. This looks crazy. Hold on a second.
Throw it up! Trump, throw it up! Awesome. That is so cool. We're the people. That is so cool. 4 more years.
What a great event, huh? Is it wearing flip-flops? It looks like it's wearing flip-flops.
So what you just saw there was a literal golden idol, a golden calf statue of Donald represent.
All right, I don't know who this guy is, but very, very wild stuff. Okay, do you guys want to hear from a voicemail caller? This is someone who we've never heard from before. They are kooky, but I will play it. We can maybe nickname them. I do want to thank Brenda Kitchener for signing up at joinpacman.com. Thanks to Zoe Mallet for signing up at joinpacman.com. Bethany Folks. Oh, the ladies are representing today. Bethany Folks is a new member. Casper Honick has signed up. And Laura McKinney. Thanks to all 5 of you for signing up at joinpacman.com. Also via Twitch, 10 more people, including James, Hardline, and Astro Lycos with some gifts and others. Very much appreciate that. The coupon is working on my website. It is working. It's Better21. Here's a new voicemail caller, okay? Let's workshop some names for this individual. Take a listen.
I'll tell you one thing, boy. Trump is more man than you'll ever be. Trump is more American than you'll ever be. Trump has got more money than you'll ever have. You are bought and paid for. Joe fucking Biden.
What do you guys think? What do we need as a nickname for that gentleman? Beer BQ? That's not bad. Mike Pillow? Oh, man. Now, for people who think that's fake, this person has been emailing us also for years. If it's a joke, it's like a 3-year joke. Swole Cheeto? The Wrestler? Al-Qaeda? That's interesting. There is a kind of a WWE kayfabe type thing. Yeah, there's a feel of that. Stanza Man? What about something in the way he delivers it is almost it's almost like a poetry in a sense. I wonder if we could call him the haiku something. Could that work? The haiku hillbilly. Hillbilly haiku. Something like that. Are you guys with me here? Let's listen to it once more.
I'll tell you one thing, boy. Trump is more man than you'll ever be. Trump is more American than you'll ever be. Trump has got more money than you'll ever have. You are bought and paid for. Joe fucking Biden.
I think that the haiku hillbilly, there's something about his cadence. I know it's not actually a haiku, but there's something about that I like. let's sit on it, and if we get another, we need a remix. By the way, if any of our remixers are in the chat and you want the original on that one, ideally including some of my commentary, maybe even mentioning that we might call him the Haiku Hillbilly, I can get that to you. Just email in through my website contact form. I think that there could be some really good remixes there. Big thank you to Araceli Ramos. Wow. The ladies are crushing the membership drive today. I think like 80% of new members today are women, which is notable because shows like mine have a 75% male audience as a general thing. So that is extraordinary. Welcome to everybody. All are welcome, of course. Let's look at a few other super chats here. Okay. Where did I leave off? Edward says, I got the same vaccine a few weeks ago. After my second shot, I was out of commission, almost didn't get out of bed, fever, headache, sour stomach all day. Hope you don't get it as bad. I hope not. Can we get your take on Biden's first bombing and removal of $15 minimum wage from the stimulus package? Yeah. So on Monday, I've already got it. We finished today's show already. So Monday I will be covering. Biden does his first bombing while backing off of $15 minimum wage. It's extraordinarily distressing. And, you know, all last week was people saying, David, you won't talk about Andrew Cuomo because he's a Democrat and you're a Democrat. And I said, I'm not a Democrat. And I did talk about it. And we said, let the cards fall where they may. The allegations are very serious. If Joe Biden does something good, I'll tell you. If Joe Biden does something bad, I'll tell you. I don't care about these people as people. I care about them as elected officials who should be doing things for us. Oh, people are saying that things are going crazy on the Toon train. 1.5. Wow. That is amazing. So if you're just joining us, I shouted out a sort of friend acquaintance who has a YouTube channel with Thai cooking when he was at 276 subscribers about 15 minutes ago. We've gotten him to 1,500 subscribers. This is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. If you want to join in, it's the Toon channel. You should be able to find it. I can only imagine his confusion the next time he looks at his YouTube channel. I was like, how did I get 1,300 more subscribers in like 15 minutes? I love it. I love it. There's 1.5. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Okay. Ellis says Rick Scott committed the largest Medicare fraud in the U.S., if not the largest, close to it. Rick Scott looks like a Bond henchman who apologizes to James before failing to torture him to death, much like he did to Medicare patients in Florida. Yes. Pantman says super speed or flight if you had to choose. Super speed like running? Now, I mean, I can't imagine that'd be good for your knees. I would take flight, the ability for flight, I think. Super speed running sounds like it'd be bad for my knees. David, if you search Twitter for golden cat... Okay, yeah, we saw the video. Now I missed a few. Hold on. The best is yet to come, right? The bot squad stands with Toon, David. Thank you. Husband's second vaccine a week ago. Temperature 101, just temporary. Of course. Why won't Biden call Uyghur persecution a genocide? Don't know. You should be asked. Thanks, David, for awesome coverage. My wife and I watch your show very often. Thank you. And the Republican Party has officially gone from avowed Christians to confirmed pagans. Hi, Ku Klux Klan. Oh, that's not bad. The two names for that caller, I think the top candidates right now are the Haiku Hillbilly or Hi Ku Klux Klan. I like both. Maybe we'll put it to a vote. I hope you don't develop a fever when Kimberly Guilfoyle starts speaking. I know. I mean, look, this is what we have to look forward to.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Right. I actually have a song parody related to that. Where was that? Kimberly Guilfoyle. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one's from our friend Brian Crawford. This is a good one. This is what we have to look forward to. I love this.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the
Stand back and stand by is what makes it. Stand back and stand by is just perfect. Perfect. Oh, I'm told that the Toon channel is about to hit 2,000. No, it's still far. It's at 1.73. It's still got a little ways to go. But that's great. Yeah, it's blowing up. Totally blowing up. All right, let's pull up the schedule. I believe this is the last thing before the bedlam that will be Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. Here's the schedule. Let's see. So we're past the Jewish prayer service. Let me see here. 3:27. So, this was supposed to be over already. So it looks like they're running maybe 15 minutes behind. We're still going to hear from Josh Hawley. And then Donald Trump Jr. will reignite the spirit of the American dream. All right. So we're standing by for that. It shouldn't be much longer. Let's just take a quick listen to what Rick Scott is saying.
Is destined to fail even more spectacularly in today's fast-moving world than it has in the past. That is what I'm going to fight for. That is what I'm asking you to fight for. Our battle to win the future.
Is he normally this mush-mouthed?
In Washington, they're doing the opposite, looking backward and forming a circular firing squad. They are busy assigning blame and avoiding responsibility. You and I don't have the time to waste going backwards. The people in Washington have that covered. All we've got is us, the power of our ideals, and the truth. And that is plenty. Now it's time to get to work, making this great country better than it has ever been. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless this great nation. Have a great day.
All right, so Josh Hawley is supposed to be next. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It's Josh Hawley, one of the most horrible senators out there, and then it will be Don Jr. Sort of reminded me, Rick Scott there, of the entire God bless the United States incident that Trump was involved in, which I'm having trouble finding now, but that's okay, not important. Here's Josh Hawley. He's a horrible person. I want to say thanks to Jeff in Boston for gifting 5 Twitch subs, and more generally to the 6 new subscribers via Twitch, which puts us at 34. I also want to say thank you to 2 really special people, Emma Grinnell and Stina Bennett. Emma and Stina have signed up at joinpacman.com. The boys are getting dominated. Somehow we have a 75% male audience, and 85% of today's new members on my website are women. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The math of it is just crazy, but welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just standing by for Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. When Kimberly Guilfoyle said the best is yet to come, she didn't know she was predicting Biden's win. Yeah, well said. Danny Thompson. Oh, sorry, Danny. Where'd your message go? That caller sounds like Foghorn Leghorn from Looney Tunes. Haiku Hillbilly is good. How about Deliverance Dave? Referencing the movie, of course. That's another possibility. How about the Right to Haiku? Not bad. Do you do shout outs for small creators regularly? I don't know. If I have something compelling to shout out. Someone else said Haiku Hogan. It's the best of both worlds. Someone said Mark Twang. That's not bad. Mark Twain, Mark Twang. I like that. For me right now, the top names for that caller are Haiku Hillbilly. Mark Twang is good. And then, wait, what was the other one that had haiku in it? Now I forgot. What was the other one we liked? Haiku Hillbilly, Mark Twang. There was a third one. It's like gone. I have no memory of it. Could be the vaccine kicking in. Hi Ku Klux Klan. I'm just going to make a note of these so I don't forget. Hi Ku Klux Klan. Haiku Hillbilly. And Mark Twang. Mark Twang is pretty good. Mark Twang is pretty good. Steve says the Limmerhick. David, have you ever seen Ted Cruz do Simpsons impressions? No, I don't think I could stand the cringe. I'd probably have to stop streaming. Kylie says, good day from Australia. Good day, Kylie. Welcome. Nick says, Gomer Defile for the voicemail guy. Gomer Defile's not bad. David, no KKK because of a YouTube AI word flag. Fair. That may be a reason to stay away from that. Josh Hawley goes first, so they're sure the Nazi commentators are unmuted for Junior. Yikes, they're really bringing on Josh Hawley. As a Missourian, I'm disgusted with him, and many here are still trying to get him to resign. I don't think he's going to resign. Corey says, no grifters, only gifters. Absolutely. Absolutely. James says, a haiku. Trump has so much wealth, better and best, cash, urine, golden son of fraud. Nice. Nicely done. Edgar Allan Bro. That's not bad. I don't think it's relevant to that particular caller. But I like it. I like Edgar Allan Bro. Will I discuss the wave of voter suppression laws in Republican legislatures? Yes. Yes. I'm told to double check the Toon channel. Yes, we are at 1.82. Guys, let's get him to 2,000. This is just a friend who doesn't even know I'm doing this. He has a great Thai cooking YouTube channel. Oh, don't tell me this is him saying what the hell is going on. No, it's not. He started at 200 subs on YouTube about 20 minutes ago. We are very close to getting him to 2,000 subscribers. I imagine that he's like napping or at work and he's going to get up and all of a sudden have 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. 1.83. There we go. It's going really well. Really, really well. Let's listen to a few minutes of Josh Hawley.
Experience with this, unfortunately. You know, on January the 6th, I objected during the Electoral College certification. Maybe you heard about it.
Yeah.
I did.
And what did that lead to?
I stood up.
If we were wondering where the crowd was at on Trumpian conspiracies, it's giving a standing ovation to someone who objected to the results. That's where we now know where they're at.
And I said, we ought to have a debate about election integrity. I said it is the right of the people to be heard, and my constituents in Missouri want to be heard on this issue. And so I did what our Democrat friends, my Democrat colleagues have done in every single election where a Republican president has won for the last 20 years. Do you know they've objected to 11 different states?
This is maybe one of the worst people currently in the Senate. Okay. Let's see what else we've got coming in here. Stephen Robbins says, gonna need a binder for all these women, David. P.S. Another legendary hair day, my guy. Yeah. It's, I have to tell you, I have a dermatology appointment not that long from now. I'm a little worried about some of these elements. Like, has this always been my hairline? I look at pictures and it sort of looks like it has. But I'm definitely going to have to ask about it. I'm getting a little bit worried about it. Just a little bit. We're going to find out and I'll report back. I'm told that the Toon channel has surpassed 2,000 subscribers, and it has. It is now at 2.07. Wow. Isn't that just the best? That is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, TNav says, David, did you see the CPAC crowd boo organizers asking them to wear a mask? No. Let's look for that. Let's see here. CPAC boos. How do you spell booze? Is it B-O-O-E-S? B-O-E-S? Booze masks? Let's just say masks. B-O-O-S. Oh, here we go.
Does the Bill of Rights matter? The First Amendment, it matters. We conservatives believe in the rule of law because we know that when the law is enforced, our rights are protected. That's why we're doing such a big effort at this CPAC to talk about the Bill of Rights. But I also want to mention one thing, and I know this might sound like a little bit of a downer, but we also believe in property rights, and this is a private hotel. And we believe in the rule of law, so we need to comply with the laws of this county that we're in. But a private hotel, just like your house, gets to set its own rules. Carly, our CPAC director.
Well, as Dan mentioned, we are in a private facility, and we do want to be respectful of the ordinances that they have as their private property. So please, Everyone, when you're in the ballroom, when you're seated, you should still be wearing a mask. So if everybody can go ahead, work on that.
Work on it.
I know, it's not the most fun.
You have the right.
This tells you, whoa, that tells you just about everything you need to know about these people. All right. Hey guys, listen to this. You guys have to listen to this. So, Johnny, who runs the Toon channel, he just texted my girlfriend and he says, I'm at work. My phone is going crazy with YouTube notifications saying David Pakman sent them. Is that true? Is this legit? So many of you signed up to this channel that Johnny, who runs it, thinks that it's almost like he thinks that they're bots coming in because so many, he had 200 subscribers half an hour ago and now he has 2,170. Isn't that unbelievable? And his phone is going crazy. He does have notifications turned on where he gets a ping for everybody that subscribes. He has 2,000 notifications that he has to clear now. Can you imagine? Okay. All right. We're getting ready. We're getting wound up here for Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. A few other people I want to thank. Tati. Are people kidding and just signing up with women's names just to mess with me? New member Tatiana Leberton has signed up. Val Ferrante and Derek Moore. Okay, very good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And also a big shout out to Hetty GG, Theo Rex, Duncan Disorderly as well. 3 additional via Twitch, which we love. We love Twitch. What's the, do I have a live Twitch counter? I do. Oh, that's YouTube. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here's a Twitch live subscriber counter. You know, actually, this YouTube number is not right. I think we're only about 100 away from 1.3 million. It only updates every 10,000. Yeah, we're only 280 YouTube subs away from this rolling all the way over to 1.3 million, which is, how far beyond a million is that? 1.3 minus 1 million. 1 minus 1 is 0, 3 minus 0, 0, 0, 300,000. 300,000 divided by a million. 3 into 10, 3. That's 30% past 1 million. That's crazy. That is nuts. All right, other super chats coming in. Pacman for life. Thank you. David, gonna need a binder for all these. Oh, Steven sent that twice. Appreciate that. Mama Atheist says, where did Mama Atheist go? Small creator here. I'm a climate scientist. Regardless of my name, most of my content revolves around science. Very good. Adam says, open the phone lines if we get Toon to 2,000 subs. No, I don't think so. Maddie says, I hereby declare the Department of Common Sense be created. I'll be the sole ranking member. My purpose will be to slap any politician across the head if they dare vote against basis human rights. Aiden says, anyone else think Seth Meyers should be playing Josh Hawley on SNL? Yeah, that's actually good. That's a good idea. Oh my God, hold on. I think there's another Toon message. He's loving it. He's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. Okay. Let's see where things are at. 2.36. Wow. I mean, honestly, it looks like 3,000 subs is on the table for Toon. It's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Okay. It's going to go, David. Accept it. It's going to go, David. Accept it. I don't know what that means. I almost forgot how disturbing it is to hear a crowd of people cheering on such BS. Well, you might want to not watch on Sunday then when Trump speaks. I have the same hair issue plus graying. Oh, I think Cash Only was saying, except that I am losing my hair. I don't think it's clear that I am. I mean, everybody else tells me I'm clearly not. I think I'm just paranoid about it. Yeah. Okay. Carlos says, I started a channel about finance. Can I get a shout out? Yeah, I can't shout everybody out. I mean, I have to be really, we're shouting out like one channel per stream. Okay. Mini Painting Studio says, on a scale of 1 to supervillain, what's your take on Trump wearing an extra wide husky size red tie today? I don't know anything about that. David, I'll subscribe to your guys, but we should raid the Cavernacle. Upcoming lefty stuck at 25K. Okay, I don't know anything about that. I'd have to investigate it first. Casey Bates says you have the best math, tremendous numbers. Did Ted Cruz bust into Don Jr.'s secret stash before coming on stage? Yeah, many people wondering that. Someone should put bongos and finger snaps under the haiku hillbilly. Make it sound like a pottery slam. Fellow Bostonian, as a sustainability analysis, I can confirm no matter what Republicans say, communities and private players want green infrastructure. Yes. Is Josh Hawley pronounced like Trump says fraud? Josh Hawley? That's a good question. Ian says raid paid vacation on Instagram. We don't raid. I have no way to raid Instagram. I've never heard of that. Daniel says, hearing many financial institutions were betting against TuneTune. Don't be surprised if YouTube freezes subs. Yeah. From what I read, there were major financial institutions shorting subs on TuneTune. They saw TuneTune was at 276 earlier today, and they said this is going to zero. I looked at it and I said, I like the stock. So I'm long on TuneTune. And anybody who had shorted this, including large institutions, they have just lost 10x. TuneTune exploding from 276 to 2440. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm telling you, just hold. I would just hold and wait. I'm expecting big things. Jake says, my friend thinks you're a Capricorn, but I think you're an Aquarius. Are we right? I couldn't care less about astrology, but I am an Aquarius. I couldn't tell you what that means. I think it's BS. I think it's a laughable nothing, but I am Aquarius. Matthew says, sorry, David, can't watch the show anymore. I've got TuneTune stuff to do now. Yes, exactly. TuneTune taking the world by storm. 2.47 thousand subscribers. An amazing. Could I get a live count? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get a live count on TuneTune. Live subscriber count. Let's see what happens here. Oh, stand by for this. This was where we started. Boom. Can you imagine? Isn't that something? Wow. Yeah, okay. It seems not to update instantly. Oh, there it goes again. Oh my God, 2,500. Look at that. 24/7. Man, I love it. I absolutely love it. We're holding the line on TuneTune. No sales. Oh my God, Ainsley's Bible study. Did you see that? Ainsley's Bible study. Is that a segment on Fox News? That's nuts. All right, we're standing by now for Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. Okay. Dom says, David, I share your paranoia about losing my hair, but I think I'm good. I just have a 5 head. Okay, well, what about me? Jordan says, David, my girlfriend won't take the vaccine. How should I educate her on the vaccine? Seems a lot of people of color are afraid of getting the vaccine. You'd have to figure out what exactly her opposition is and then go from there. Some people have put a limit sale on TuneTune. They like it. They like TuneTune at 10K. I may actually start. I'm long on margin with TuneTune. 2610. Look at that. That is powerful, guys. That is just in a matter of seconds. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, what is this? Listen to this.
Miss Genki Fuji. I'm a Japanese journalist and an author of more than 70 books on international relations. I run online World Forecast News Service. I respect President Trump and American conservatives. President Trump fought against Chinese communists in order to protect the entire free world. President Trump, he's a real American samurai. I want to make US-Japan alliance stronger. I want to build solid friendship with real American patriots or American samurai.
These are CPAC advertisers. It's giga cringe, yeah. I want to say thanks to Danielle Shavak. Danielle has just signed up at joinpacman.com. The phone lines will open at 100. Get those memberships at joinpacman.com. I believe this is today's keynote introduction, presuming we will hear from Kimberly Guilfoyle. Depending on how bad her speech is, we may go to Toon instead. All right, here we go.
All right, all right. Well, hello, CPAC. How are we doing, Florida? How are we doing, America? I have to tell you, I absolutely love the state of Florida. I mean, really, what's not to love compared to California and New York, right? I love this state. I love Governor DeSantis, and we all love all of you. And thank you for being here today and standing for conservative values and principles.
Okay.
Now, in the great state of Florida, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Well, not every day, maybe like 6 out of 7. Because I got to remind you of one thing, that Joe Biden, I cannot believe it still, is in the White House.
Believe it, sister.
But Joe did not disappoint, because just like we told you, he is leading from behind. From behind Kamala, that is. True story. However, with Joe Biden sort of bumbling his way through the first month, the reporters probably in the back of the room are trying desperately to write our obituary. But
she steals that back of the room thing from Trump.
In this country.
This is perverse.
The press wants you to believe that the American conservative movement is fractured. They want America to believe that this movement is dead. News flash to those out there, we aren't going anywhere.
Okay.
It's the thousands of conservatives here today and the millions across this country who are not going to be silenced. And we are definitely not going to cede this fight to the
no one's trying to silence
and
them.
The communists who want to see our nation burn. The fight for liberty, the fight for conservative values, and the fight for the heart and soul of this nation will not be abandoned.
Okay.
That fight continues right here and right now with all of us.
I wish she listed the communists.
Policies and programs, we're not going anywhere. This movement is not going anywhere, and I can promise you this. President Trump is not going anywhere.
Okay.
He is here to stay.
So that's a signal about what we might hear on Sunday from Trump.
That's the good news. We love President Trump, and I'll tell you, I will confidently say that President Trump from his desk at Mar-a-Lago will accomplish more for America in the next 4 years than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris could ever dream of.
Really? His desk, I like that.
That is because we are not giving up. The Republican Party is being reborn thanks to President Trump. It is being reborn as the party of the working class, of minorities, of hardworking American men and women.
The party of minorities.
The party of America first. The party of President Trump. And we bid a farewell to the weak-kneed, the spineless, and the cowards that are posing in D.C. pretending that they're working for the people.
Okay.
Let's send them a pink slip straight from CPAC. What do you say?
4 years from now, you mean?
We tell them that America has no use for them, and this movement is leaving those cowards in the ash bin of history, and we will strive forward thanks to the courage, the the policies, and the strength of President Trump.
He's not president. What is she talking about? The policies.
Instead, we will chart a new path, a path driven by bold conservative solutions.
What
A
policies?
path where we don't kowtow to the demands of the leftist mob, and a path where we are willing to stand up and fight for what we believe in and what we hold true.
They're completely out of
From
power.
California to New York, we will fight to take back this country. However, to do so, we must do three important things.
Uh-oh.
We must demand more from our elected leaders and officials and those that are actually pursuing public office. It is not enough to just be, quote, Republican. That means very little when they get to Washington, D.C., and they don't perform. We're not interested in those type of politician empty suits. We want fighters like President Trump, warriors for this country, for America.
I thought you weren't supposed to use the word fight anymore.
And our movement must stay true to America first. As the Democrats scurry to re-enter the corrupt Iran nuclear deal and cozy up to China, we must understand that the survival of our nation is based on putting the American worker and the American family first. And finally, we must take our message into every corner of our nation. America first means all of Americans, all of us united together as a country. Our ideas, our conservative values, and the solutions that we champion are the key to lifting up everyone in this country. As a movement, our message must transcend party lines, socioeconomic lines, and cultural lines. As one America we put first. If we can accomplish that over the next 4 years, I can promise you we will be winning elections. It will only be the start of what is going to happen, because
Why did they just lose everything then?
the best is yet to come. God bless CPAC. God bless Madam Mercedes Schlapp and the entire team, your family, the military, the veterans, law enforcement, first responders. God bless President Trump, and thank you, President Trump, on behalf of a grateful and humble nation. God bless this country. And ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the son of the greatest president this country has seen, a leader of the warrior MAGA movement and conservative values, Donald Trump Jr.
It's funny how, like, her whole thing, it's almost like someone else has been in power for the last 4 years rather than like they were in power for 4 years, lost everything, and Biden's been in for a month now. She's acting like they got to get power back. They've been out of power for years and years. They've been out of power 35 days.
Wow!
Thanks, Diane and Jason, for the memberships.
How's it going, CPAC?
Oh, God, he's screaming.
Or I heard someone earlier phrase it a little bit better. TPAC. That's what it feels like, guys. Well, first and foremost, it's awesome to be here. It's great to see this kind of enthusiasm, and it's great to actually be in a full room.
Passing COVID?
Honestly, guys, what I see in Florida right now is exemplary of the Republican Party. Right? This is a state like the party is that has open schools, open businesses, and open churches. What we've seen in some of the more left-leaning states is exactly the opposite. The only thing that they have open is open borders. And it doesn't work, guys. In the first
Yet most states do have open borders between each other. That's in the Constitution.
things that I said would come true in the book Liberal Privilege that I wrote last summer are happening. We listened to months of media telling us that Joe Biden, he's a moderate, don't worry. He's not going to end energy. He's not going to end pipelines, which is partially correct. He's not going to end Russian pipelines. He's only going to end American pipelines.
Ooh, this
the
is
Russian
stupid.
ones are just fine. They're going to cave to China. No, that was never going to happen. Of course it happened. You think that $1 billion investment in Hunter came for free? No, the Chinese have a great return on investment. But guys, more importantly,
This may be even dumber than Trump's own speeches.
who would have thought that within 33 days we'd be bombing the Middle East again? I would have. Oh no, guys, come on, the military-industrial complex. I'm surprised.
Nobody in the room boos because they love bombing.
I guess they waited till the first month, so they couldn't say that was part of the first 30, but it was only shortly thereafter where we started bombing the Middle East. Speaking of bombing the Middle East, have you seen Liz Cheney's poll numbers?
Oh, people want captions?
No, listen, the one thing I'll say for Liz Cheney is I'm sure she has a lot of bipartisan support, because if there's one thing that she and Joe Biden definitely want to do, it's bomb the Middle East. Everything else is a disaster. Everything else is just rhino policies, the kinds of policies that put the Republican Party in a position where they needed a Donald Trump. No, seriously. Liz Cheney and her politics are only slightly less popular than her father is at a quail hunt.
Okay.
What? Fact checkers, please have at it.
This is cringy. He is bombing. It's weird.
Fact check true. Right? Listen, like I said, Liz Cheney, she hates Donald Trump and his policies because her family has a long history of friendly fire. But she also hates them because she's tied to an establishment that has done nothing but fail us time and time again. You've heard the rhetoric from some of them over the last couple of weeks, and now you've seen that change very quickly.
It's interesting that the first keynote is really, it's like attacking Republicans as much as it is Democrats.
Last few decades is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They've caved to every special interest. They've caved to corporate America. They've caved and bowed to the radical left that hates their guts, hates their values, and hates their freedoms. Lincoln Project Liz, as I'd like to call her, is the leader of that failed movement. And if we want to go back to losing, if we want to go back to an America Last policy, we should be following that. But I don't, and I don't think anyone in this room does either. So, you know what, guys? The first 30 days has been a disaster. The lies the media told you wouldn't happen are all happening. But hey, at least they have a diverse cabinet.
What's he talking about?
Right? No,
Really
yeah,
quiet in there.
It's very diverse. That's what we saw, right? What is the policy of the SBA? Well, first and foremost, we appointed a woman. Well, that's wonderful. Is she competent? Because there's competent women and there's incompetent women, just like there's competent men and incompetent men.
This is a weird dude, guys. This is a weird guy.
That to be a fact. But when you don't have policy to address the incompetence and think you can get away with it by just talking about diversity blindly, it's sort of a problem, isn't it? This month alone, they've banned the Muppets. Right? I mean, if there's things that you thought were sort of above cancellation, you would be wrong. There is nothing the radical left won't cancel. Hasbro now wants a gender-neutral Mr. Potato Head. These are the issues of our times, folks. I mean, if Hasbro really wanted a gender-neutral Mr. Potato Head so badly, they should just slap a picture of CNN's Brian Stelter on the cover of their next potato.
It's Brian Stelter. What did he call him? Sletler?
What? They don't call him Mr. Potato Head for nothing. I mean, you know, we might as well get something out of the branding. But guys, we can talk
Sletler.
about all of these things. We can talk about the liberal hypocrisy, liberal privilege. Just look at how magically, in 33 days, children in cages turned into migrant shelters for children. Now, mind you,
now that's a fair
nothing
critique.
Actually changed. If you look at the pictures, there's nice bars on the walls. Nothing changed other than the media's outlook. Where is the outrage about this? Where is the outrage about an asinine immigration policy that is encouraging people to bring children, unaccompanied and otherwise, into a country? Guess who gets hurt? Our low-wage earners, who for the first time in modern history under Donald Trump started seeing real wage growth.
Most people aren't clapping. It's very interesting.
We see it time and time again. There's a double standard by which we live, but when you look at what's going on, if people were informed of the actual facts, rather than spoon-fed a narrative by big tech and the mainstream media, we wouldn't be in these things. There was a poll that came out just this week that said 1 in 6 people would not have voted for Biden had they known about the Hunter Biden scandal. Yeah, where is Hunter? Guys, I'm sure he's making billions in China right now. Don't worry. Don't worry. One in 6, guys, 17% of the 80 million that voted for Joe Biden, had they even heard of the basics of his corruption. We were all talking about it, guys.
After this, he's going to be playing Minesweeper on Hunter's laptop just as a show of force.
Andrew Cuomo sentencing Nana to death for 10 months. But no one was going to talk about it until they got their wishes. No one was going to address Democrat incompetence. We believe all women until they accuse a Democrat. Then, not so much. But guys, that's why we have to stay engaged. That's why we have to stay in the fight. That's why we can't allow them to steamroll us like they have done for decades. When you look at what's going on just this week in Congress, you have Democrats petitioning major corporations, Comcast, Amazon, to ban conservative news outlets. Not radical parties. Fox News, Newsmax, OAN, just ban them. You don't see Republicans saying, let's talk about CNN as a place of disinformation. I mean, as a recipient of their ire for a couple of years, I can assure you that they were lying about Russia collusion. We all know that now, but no one actually brings it up because they can get away with it.
What's he talking about?
They are able to do that. Big tech will silence you if you come out against it. They will crush you. They will call you racist and everything else. Just like, imagine, we'll bring back Cuomo, right? Imagine Ron DeSantis did what Cuomo has done over the last couple of years. He wouldn't be getting an Emmy. He'd be in jail. Right? Credible accusations of harassment swept under the rug. Verbal harassment swept under the rug. Hiding evidence from the DOJ swept under the rug. No problem. Give him an Emmy. Remember Fredo when he was talking about it? Oh, for months. Oh, where's Fredo? He's so quiet these days. Why isn't Fredo talking about these things right now? Again, liberal privilege. No, we can't address that. Really? You can't address that, but you had no problem joking around with massive Q-tips, making clowns of yourselves for months prior. That's what we're up against, folks. But together,
I don't understand what he's claiming to be up against. I don't get it.
We can't be put in the corner. We must be out and engaged. And that's where you guys come in. So, I'm looking forward to Sunday. I imagine I imagine it will not be what we call a low-energy speech. And I assure you that it will solidify Donald Trump and all of your feelings about the MAGA movement as the future of the Republican Party. So thank you, CPAC. Thank you for being here.
Does that mean Trump's running?
Thank you for the love. You guys are the best.
So there's Donald Trump Jr. with an aimless, meandering speech, spending probably about 35 or 40% of the speech attacking Republicans that he believes have the wrong opinions, seemingly indicating they're not really welcome within the MAGA-fied Republican Party, the Trumpified Republican Party. So that's very interesting. And then, of course, referring to Trump's speech scheduled for roughly around the same time on Sunday, which I plan to cover. The rumor is Donald Trump may announce his 2024 candidacy. We don't know. But that is the situation as far as we know it.
Years, and then make money, do the formula of life, then I'll just fall to ashes.
To have that
what the hell is that?
Lifted off of my soul is, I've never felt happier. When I'm coming and explaining what Google was doing, this is an act of atonement to make my conscience clear.
The commercials are basically the best thing. The commercials are far, far better than the actual content. I want to say a big thank you to Ronnie Lopez. Very much appreciate your support. Also, Diane Watson and Jason Atwood. Thank you so very, very much. It appears as though that is the end for today. Maybe, maybe not. In any case, it's going to be the end of my coverage. I will see everybody back here Sunday for the end of CPAC with the Trump speech. No more young Pharaoh after the anti-Semitic comments. It is high-level cringe, as Goldie Fawn is pointing out. I'll see everybody on Sunday.